So, well, while we're there, how could that be different? How could that work more effectively?
Well, frankly, stop doing the appraisals because they're a waste of time. Really. I mean, in my career, I had 3, I think, in a career that spanned 25 years. 3 of any note. I may have had some more, but the only ones I remember 3. One was written and given to me. Yeah. One that was a discussion, and then I found out afterwards on a 360-degree feedback that the discussion was out of line with the 360-degree feedback from my line manager. And the third one was a conversation which had some impact, but not long-lasting. Okay. And so didn't really have a great deal. What I do remember are the conversations that I had with people that helped me recalibrate, rethink the way that I was working so that I could perform better. And they could have been with colleagues, they could have been with line manager, they could have been with people that are called direct reports. But the important thing is the conversation.
So how do you make those conversations work? Because one of the arguments for appraisals is that managers don't have those conversations, and that a regular appraisal forces them to have a conversation of sorts. So how can you embed those conversations in a way that actually achieves what you're talking about?
Well, if I had the answer to that, I'd probably be going around to organisations and giving them that. That so I don't think there is an easy answer to say you do this, other than within the whole system, within the whole environment, there needs to be lots of different changes in the way that we think. So one obvious example for me is have people that conduct those conversations that know it's a conversation with purpose and have a conversation that is meaningful rather than a conversation because HR says you have to have one every 6 to 12 months. To have conversations that are more purposeful on outcome rather than purposeful on what's happened on reflection, which tends to be what happens in appraisals, is appraising what's happened previously rather than looking forward to what outcomes are desired, what outcomes are needed. So lots of different elements, I guess, within the system need to be changed, not least of all, who do we hire as people to have those conversations? Is the line manager the right person to have them? In the current environment, I'd suggest perhaps not, because they don't tend to be well equipped to have those conversations.
Is that because the people we employ as line managers on the whole aren't focused on that, or is it because that role is the wrong role to have those conversations?
So I think it's pretty well known and kind of common wisdom, if you like, that line managers are generally promoted because they've been good at the job they were good at before. I think it's called is it called the Peter Principle?
Yeah.
Okay, where you kind of reach a level of incompetence, and you know, people are generally promoted into managerial positions, leadership positions, because they were good as a welder or good as a fitter or good as a retailer rather than good as a leader or good as a manager. And maybe it's time to rethink that role as a specialist role rather than a more lateral increasing role as you go through some career ladder. So what is it that we need for that leadership role that's different to the role previous?